As of when I'm recording this, we're just a few days away from the release of Nintendo's newest game, Princess Peach Showtime. Now, this is kind of cool, since this is only Princess Peach's second game, and even Luigi's gotten more games than her. So I was actually pretty excited since I never played the first Princess Peach game. So from what I understand, it is a completely different type of game than the original Super Princess Peach, but still, it's going to be pretty exciting. So now, while I still have a few days to wait until the actual game comes out, Nintendo did release a demo on the eShop. So I decided I was going to play through the demo, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, and maybe it'll help you decide whether or not you should pick up this game. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and let's get into it. So what's this game about? Well, Princess Peach and a couple of toads are going to the Sparkle Theater to watch some plays, when suddenly Grape and the Sour Bunch show up and take over the theater. Peach then meets Stella, who is a Sparkle Sprite, and agrees to help her fix up the plays that the Sour Bunch are ruining. Now, at least in the demo, we didn't get any sort of reasoning as to why they're trying to take over the theater, but I assume when the actual game comes out, we're probably going to get a little bit more info about that. So what's kind of cool about this game is that each level is an individual play, which means that there's varying settings and characters and everything going on within each play, and different types of gameplay, which I'll get into later. However, at least the base gameplay is when you get into each play, you use your magic ribbon that Stella gave you to attack enemies and interact with the environment using the power of Sparkle. You can make plants bloom, you can defeat the Sour Bunch, and you can help heal the Feats, who are the little theater people. Then, partway through each stage, Peach transforms to have special powers and a cool costume and different moves and stuff. So in the demo, you can only play 2 levels, so with those, you each get a transformation. So in the first level, you become Sword Fighter Peach. As Sword Fighter Peach, you get a sword that you can use to attack enemies, and it's a lot of fun. You can even perform this cool fancy dodge attack to get around enemies' defenses. It's actually really well thought out and really fun. The Sword Fighter level actually had a lot of variation to the stage. You had some areas that were kind of open, and not too open because you can only go a little way back into the stage. But there were some open areas, and then there were some areas that were kind of like arena fights almost, where you were locked into a small room with a bunch of enemies, which was kind of cool. Then there was actually even a 2D side-scrolling section where you were going up a tower, which I thought was a lot of fun. And in that section, you could even use your sword to attack up enemies that are above you, and it was really good. And then you even actually had a boss fight where you had to fight this evil spiky plant using your sword. And in the second level of the demo, you were entering a play where there was a bake sale going on, or a baking festival, and you became Patissiere Peach. Here, instead of fighting enemies, you do a bunch of fun baking minigames, which I thought was really cute. You had to go around collecting ingredients, and then you had to mix cookies and ice cakes. And actually, mixing cookies was deceptively difficult. You had to press the button to mix the batter for the cookies in the bowl, but if you went even slightly too long, the whole thing would explode and you'd have to start over. It was actually a lot harder than it looked like it should have been, but it was good, it was fun. Now, I definitely really liked both levels that were in the demo, and even though they both felt fairly quick, they had a decent amount of variety, which is actually probably why they felt so quick, because you were always doing something new. Both stages were fairly easy. Now, this could just be because they're the early stages and it's the demo, so it's going to be the easier stages, of course. My other thought, though, is there's a chance that this game might be aimed at more younger kids than most of Nintendo's games, which are already aimed at young kids, which is going to make the entire game probably very easy. Now, there's not really any way to know until the actual game comes out, and I will be doing a full review of it when it comes out, so if you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when I get that review out. I also have to comment that basically all of the characters are new, which is kind of cool. Now, of course, you have Princess Peach, which obviously not new, and at least in the opening cutscenes there were a couple of toads, but in the actual game itself, all the characters are new. You have the Feats, who are these funny-looking guys with big noses, who are the theater people. They're the ones who actually put on the plays. Then you have the Sour Bunch, who look kind of like Feats without the noses, and they're the bad guys. And then the main bad guy is Grape, who is a brand new character. It's a brand new villain for the Mario universe, which is really cool. Now, hopefully, they're not going to treat her like Wart and just have her in this game. Hopefully she sticks around. But yeah, so I really like that all the characters are new. Of course, later on there may be Cheeps or Goombas or whatever, we don't know. But as of right now, there's basically no returning Mario enemies. So what did I think about the demo? It was very fun. I really liked it, and honestly, it kind of actually reminded me a little bit of Luigi's Mansion 3, where you had all the different themed areas, and I'm assuming that's probably where they got some of the inspiration for this. And I love that Nintendo seems to be trying to be a lot more creative than they'd been in recent years. It's great. I mean, between this and Mario Wonder, we've gotten some of the most unique and creative games in years. Now, my only real concern about this game is the difficulty, because again, this demo was just ridiculously easy. So if the entire game is this easy, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. It'll probably be pretty boring. But there's a pretty decent chance that the difficulty is going to go up once you get to the later stages. And to be completely honest, before playing this, I was afraid that it was going to be very girly, and admittedly, with the whole power of sparkle thing, yes, it is a little girly, but so what? It really doesn't matter. It's fun, it's unique, it's a good game, and honestly, I am really looking forward to playing the full version. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Are you planning on picking this game up? Now again, I already have it on pre-order, and I am really looking forward to playing it, and I will definitely be putting a review out of it once it comes out. So make sure you stick around for that review if you're on the fence about this game. Well, until next time, so long.